Hello and welcome to CKE 10,000 Once Gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Fujimi Fantasia Bunko 8 Bounce, aka 8 Wind deck profile. This deck build runs 16 level 0s, 13 level 1s, 4 level 2s, and 9 level 3s, and 8 clan cards. So the first cards we're going to take a look at are the level 0s. I'm running 3 copies of Broken Heart Magnum Haru. It's a 0/0 4K beater, and all your opponent's characters get pay 2 encore as the downside. And this is I'm running this at 3 copies. Then I'm running 3 copies of Frail Exorcist Hanbei. It is errata, but the effect still makes sense, I believe. So it has 2 effects. The first is continuous. During your turn, all your other characters get plus 500 power. And the second effect is when your climax is placed in your climax area, you can put the top card of your deck into your clock. If you do, look up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card from among them, add to your hand, put the rest into your away room. So it gets you any card, not just a character. So that's what the errata is. And then I'm running 3 copies of Many Different Festivals U. It has, let's see, let's focus in on that a bit. 1 effect, when this card is placed into the away room from the stage, you can look up to 4 cards on top of your deck, choose up to 1 yellow climax card from among them, reveal to your opponent, put in your hand, and put the rest in the away room. If you put 1 card in your hand, and choose 1 card in your hand and put it into your away room. So it's a filter and helps you dig into a climax card for your climax combo if you need it. Then I'm running 3 copies of the trial deck card, Heart Magic Yuna. It has 1 effect. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1 stock to discard a card. If you do, search deck for up to 1 Fantasia Bunko or Magic character from your deck. Show your opponent, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Then I'm running 1 copy of the Stockwash card, and it has 2 effects. The first is continuous. During your turn, this card gets plus 1,000 power, and the second effect is the Stockwash effect. When it's placed onto the stage from your hand, you can pay 3 stock, and then your opponent puts all their stock into their waiting room, and it puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock. Yeah, just 1 of that. Then I'm running 3 copies of Instantaneous Decision Glen. It has 1 activate effect. Pay 1, rest 2 of your characters. Put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room. Choose 1 level X or lower Fantasia Bunko or Magic character in your waiting room. Return it to your hand. X equals to the level of those cards, total level of those cards, of the cards that was milled. And then at level 1, I'm running 4 copies of Queen of Zapana Nobuna. It has 1 climax combo effect. When this card attacks, if one who fulfills ambitions is in your climax area, and you have another Fantasia Bunko or Sengoku character, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room. Choose up to 1 level X or lower Fantasia Bunko or Sengoku character in your waiting room, and return to your hand. X equals to the total level of the cards put into your waiting room by this card's effect. So it's not it's a guaranteed salvage, and it doesn't need a reverse. So I'm running 4 copies of it. Then I'm running 4 copies of Fulfilled Promise, Natsumi, and Horutora. It has 2 effects. Try to focus a bit. The first is continuous. If this card has a marker underneath it, this card gets plus 3,000 power. And then the second effect is auto. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may choose a copy of this card in your waiting room and put it face up underneath this card as a marker. So yeah, it's just I guess a big level 1. Then I'm running 1 copy of Diva of Temptation Miku. It has 3 activate effects. The first is rest this card, choose 1 of your Fantasia Bunko or Celestial Spirit characters, and that character gets plus 2,000 power until 2,500 power until end of turn. The second effect is activate. Put 1 card from your hand to your room, rest this card, choose 1 cause 0 or lower character of your opponent's center stage and put it into the bottom of their deck. And then last effect is activate, pay 2, rest this card, and then you heal 1 damage. So you can choose which one you need to use when you need it. Then I'm running 2 copies of the promo card. Not that bad of a situation, Rumia and Riel. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck, choose 1 level X or lower character in your waiting room, and return to your hand, where X equals to the level of the card revealed. So just 2 copies of that card. I'm running 2 copies of the 102K backup. Fairy of Water Muse. Then I'm running 1 copy of Turbulent Times Nobuna. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card becomes reversed. If the level of this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you may put that character into your opponent's stock. If you do, your opponent puts the bottom card of your opponent's stock into his or her weight room. And the second effect is activate P1 stock. Choose one of your Fujimi Fantasia Bunko characters or Sengoku characters, and that character gets +1 soul until end of turn. Then ring 2 copies of Princess Toka. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous. This card gets +1500 power for each other Fantasia Bunko or Celestial characters in your backstage, and has an auto effect. This ability activates once per turn. When you use an act effect, this card gets +X power until end of turn, where X equals the number of other Fantasia Bunko or Celestial Spirit characters you have times 100. Then I'm running 1 copy of Made Up Sistine. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous assist. All your characters in front of this card get +X power. X equals to the character's level times 500. And the second effect is when your Climax is placed in your Climax area, you can choose one of your characters to give +1000 power until the end of turn. Then I'm running 3 copies of the Kindness and Strength Rumia early play. It has 3 effects. The first is continuous. If you have 4 or more Fantasia Bunko or Magic characters, this gets -1 level while in your hand. And the second effect is when the card is placed on stage from your hand, you can choose one Fantasia Bunko or Magic character in your clock and put it into your memory. And the third effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, discard 2 cards. If you do, choose one of your other characters, and that character basically gets doubled its power. So yeah, it's an early play memory healer that can give something double power. Then I'm running 4 copies of Tsundere Magical Arms Girl Haruna. It has 2 effects. The first is auto. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put 1 card from your hand in your waiting room. If you do, put the top card of your clock in your stock. And the second effect is auto Climax combo. When this card attacks, if Absurd Daily Life is in your Climax area, you may pay 3. If you do, deal 4 damage to your opponent. So it's basically a low 3 on play stock healer and can deal 4 damage to everyone to finish the game and mitigate damage on your part. Then I'm running 2 one-ofs level 3s. I'm running 1 copy of Head of the Oda Family Nobuna. It has 2 effects. The first is auto. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, search your deck for up to 1 Fantasia Bunko or Sengoku character, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. The second effect is when this card attacks, you can pay 1 stock, discard 1 card. If you do, all your Fantasia Bunko or Sengoku characters get +500 power and +1 soul until the end of turn. So it helps deal extra soul damage, or if you need to do pinpoint side attacking damage, you can use that card. And then the last level 3 I'm running is Pure White Dress Sistine. I don't use it for the second effect. I only use it for its first effect. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's characters, return to his or her hand, and this card gets +2000 power up to end of turn. So just to get rid of annoying my soul cards or something like that. And then the last 8 cards are the Climax cards. I'm running 4 copies of Absurd Daily Life with the bounce or win trigger for the low 3 combo, low 3 Climax combo. So 4 copies of this Climax. And I'm also running 4 copies of the level 1 Climax combo, which is also the bounce win trigger. 1 who fulfills ambitions. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com and the link below to see an overview of this deck build.